Hi, class. This is Mr. Garcia. So we are on 1.8. We're continuing on. We're actually going to finish it today. Okay, so what we're learning about is characteristics of a graph. Okay, so our essential question was, what are the key features of graphs? So in the beginning, in the first page in the front, we looked at the x-intercepts and the y-intercepts. We also looked if this is linear or nonlinear. Okay, that's what we looked at. And then towards the bottom of the first page, we actually added line of symmetry. So if these graphs are symmetrical or not, meaning is one half the same as the other half when it pertains to the making a vertical line, right? We're looking at that. We're not looking at this one. We're looking at the vertical line. Okay? And then now we are on the back of it. We're on the back of the page and we are going to finish the back of the page today. Okay, so let's go ahead and dive right into it. All right, let me set this up good. There you go. All right, so we have a graph here. Okay, we have this graph, and let me zoom in so you guys can see a lot better. There's some characteristics about this graph. Okay, on top of what we already know, we know it crosses the x and the y axis here. Okay, we know this is nonlinear. Yes, it's not a line, it's a curve. So let's take a look at some other characteristics of it. So when it's pointing to this one right here, now you can color it these colors that I have here. This is blue, this is red, this is blue, this is red. Okay, you can color them in or highlight them in. It's up to you. So the name of this function is f of x. That's the name of the function. It could be t of x, h of x, u of x, l of x, but in this case, it's called f of x. Now, anytime a graph like this one is on the top side of the x-axis, if it's on the top side of it, this blue part and this blue part, it is a positive graph. So this is positive, positive. Positive. So if it's on top of the x-axis like this, it's a positive graph. Okay? This one right here. Since it's below the x-axis, this is a negative. The negative side. This is the negative part, and this is the negative part. Okay? And remember from your x and y axis, remember this way is negative and up is positive. So if it crosses below the x-axis, it's negative. If it crosses below the x-axis, it's negative. Everything on top is positive. Okay? So what part of a graph shows a function is positive? So the part above the x-axis. So above the x-axis. And then what part of a graph shows a function is negative? So the part below x-axis. Okay? All right. So let's keep going. Now, example number 6, we're going to look at another characteristic of these. Okay? We're looking at them. We know this is positive, this is positive, this is a negative, this part is negative. We also got to look at whether this graph is increasing or decreasing. Okay? Increasing or decreasing. And it has to do with the slope. If you remember the slope means anytime you have a slope like this is a positive slope and it's going up. Anytime a slope is like this, it's a negative slope. So in this case right here, this, because the slopes are negative, this is a decreasing graph. And right here, it's also decreasing. Okay? Now, you can guess that right here it's what? Increasing, because the slopes are positive. Increasing. Now, we're going to mark this point A right there where they change color. This is point B right there, right where they change color. Okay? There's a name for these points. So point A Point A is a relative minimum. Okay. Point B is a relative maximum. Okay. So when this graph is going down, decreasing, and then and it starts to go up, that point is called a relative minimum. When it starts to go up and it comes back down, that is a relative maximum. This is a dip, and this is a hill. Okay, so when it dips down and comes back up, it's a minimum. When it's up and it comes back down, makes a little hill, it's a maximum. Okay, now give me a real world example of something that you can remember would be decreasing or increasing. Okay, it's very easy. Most of you will probably get this one. So give me an example here. Okay. Okay. Now, so make sure you put your example here, and we will continue example number 7 on the next video.